Yo, what's going on, everybody? Ooh, will you do me a favor? Will you turn off your audio? Just turn the volume down on your joint. What's going on, everybody? Sorry about that. Trying some new things out here real quick. Appreciate everybody tuning in. See a couple people jumping in here. We got some people on Facebook and some people on YouTube. Shout out to everybody that's here. If you are watching on Facebook, make sure you drop your name in the comments so we can see who you are. Shout out to everybody that's on YouTube. Make sure you smash that subscribe button. We got an awesome show in store for tonight. Will you just kill that? Awesome. There we go. Just give me a little echo there for a sec. So like I was saying, we got a really special show in tow for everybody tonight. I got two guests on the show tonight, so thank you guys for coming back to CODY Central and checking it out. Welcome back, welcome home, welcome for the first time. Got an incredibly special show today. I'm locked in with two guests, as I mentioned. Both of these people not only motivate me, but they inspire many within their communities and within their contributions in craft. So before I get into that, let me just run through some of the gems of the week real quick. So for music of the week this week, we're listening to CODY Washington's new album, Fearless Movement. This is a jazz album. It features some musicians like Thundercat and a bunch of other acclaimed like West Coast jazz musicians. But CODY Washington is a fantastic instrumentalist and composer. Album that a lot of people know him for is called The Epic. This new joint, Fearless Movement, is just outstanding body of work. I've only got to listen to it like once or twice through, but I just picked it up on CD, so been spinning that a lot. And so that is my recommendation for the week, Fearless Movement from CODY Washington. As for our movie of the week, so the movie of the week that I wanted to reference or recommend to everybody this week was a movie I saw. It's called An Accidental Studio. It came out in 2018. It's about George Harrison from the Beatles and the film company that he started called Handmade Films. Handmade Films was the studio that made Monty Python's Life of Brian, The Long Good Friday, Mona Lisa, With Nail and I, How to Get Ahead in Advertising, and even after George Harrison had moved on from the company, Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels as well. It's an awesome documentary. It's really inspiring for kind of the independent arts all the way around. And so if you have access to that, I would check that out. And as I mentioned last week, if you want to follow more of my movie watch lists, reviews, anything that's movie based, check out the app called Letterboxd. You can find me on there. My username is just Cody Pope, but it's all movies all the time over there. And so that is that. And our read of the week is the same book that we were talking about last week. I'm still reading Subliminal by Leonard Nlata now. And it's a kind of self-improvement book about just how you are so susceptible to things in advertising and marketing and things that really affect your judgment. And so that is my picks of the week this week. Shout out. It looks like we got a big YouTube turnout tonight. So shout out to everybody that's here from YouTube. Make sure you drop a comment and we'll shout you out on the show. We'll post your comments up here on the screen too. So shout out to everybody that is tuned in tonight. So I'm going to run through some event listings here real quick. So every week we like to just go through some of the, not necessarily just regional, but some of the events within our scope that are things that I would find interesting, things that I would want to attend. But we're trying to make this thing as expansive as we can too. So without further ado, tomorrow, Tuesday, November 12th, there's the Women's Business Circle meeting featuring Tamar Russell Brown of Sitka Creations. It's a free event. It's open to the public. It takes place in Hollis, New Hampshire. That'll be in the early part of the day. later on that night. My guys at Hybrid Theory Radio are going to be live on waveradioboston.com. They're going to have awesome guitar player Harry Borsch on the show. Shout out to Harry. Had a chance to rock with him a few times. Awesome. So it's going to be a great show. Wednesday, 11/13, open mic night continues at Coffee and Kindness in downtown Nashua, New Hampshire. Thursday, November 14th, you can check out the Laugh Attic at Strange Brew in Manchester, New Hampshire, hosted by my man Danny P. It's an awesome comedy night every single Thursday night. Wednesday, November 20th, Cody Pope and Byron G. We're going to be at Bards on the Rocks, which goes down at the Hop Knot in Manchester, New Hampshire. And then Friday, November 22nd, our friend Ruby Shabazz. Congratulations, Ruby Shabazz, for being the New England Music Award winner for R&B and Soul this year. So shout out to you. Ruby Shabazz is going to be opening for Makeout Shinobi at Taffeta in Lowell. So get tickets now. Don't miss out on that. Tuesday, November 26th, Cody Pope and Byron G. We're going to be at the Nashua Public Library for our third Inside the Music seminar. We do a free all ages seminar in the theater of the library where we take our songs, extract all the stems, extract the lyrics, show the rhyme patterns, show the stems, how we put the beats together. It's a really cool presentation for anybody that is interested in music, and whether you're interested in being a producer, interested in songwriting, just interested in how your favorite songs are composed. This will give you a good idea of how some songwriting construction goes down. So check us out there. Friday, November 29th, we got a double header. We're Cody Pope and Byron G. We will be at New Hampshire Vintage Vinyl in Laconia, New Hampshire for an in-store performance celebrating Record Store Day Black Friday. We're going to be performing at 5 o'clock. And then later that night, we're going to be down in Westfield, Massachusetts at Hookies on the Hook. And you'll see us there around 10 o'clock. So 2 chances to see us that day. And then Saturday, November 30th, we're going to be at the Nashua Holiday Stroll, hosting the Gate City Hip Hop Stage on West Pearl Street. We're going to have a great night, free, all ages, family-friendly night. And then me and Byron G will be closing it out. Friday, December 6th, is the debut show for local rock band Favorite Stranger. It's going to be at Peddler's Daughter in Nashua, New Hampshire. If you have heard No More Blue Tomorrows, it's members of that band and members of other bands, so shout out to them. Saturday, December 7th, Vinny Stigma and Roger Murray of Agnostic Front are going to be doing a book signing at Bridge 9 in Beverly, Massachusetts. There's going to be like a Q&A, a book signing, all this shit. Really cool event. You have to RSVP, so make sure you check that out. Agnostic Front book signing. It's going to be crazy. That night, Saturday, December 7th, MDOT is going to be headlining a festival going down at Jewel in Manchester, New Hampshire. And Friday, December 13th, the Evolutionists are hosting their winter jam at Warp and Weft in Lowell, Massachusetts. If you've got an event, a show, a party, a pop-up, anything like that that you think would be cool to promote, send your event listings for consideration to codycentralshow@gmail.com. And just so you know, we also have room for sponsors. If you're interested in sponsoring the show, you can have your logo here on the screen somewhere. You can also have us do a mention of your brand or your product, whatever that is. So shoot us an email there if you want to talk about that as well. All that support goes to making this show that much better. So without further ado, I'm excited to bring in my first guest tonight. Like I said, both of my guests are extremely motivating figures in their fields and renowned talents of their crafts. First is a young athlete, long having explored many different forms of athletics, now in his 6th year as the founder and coach of the New Hampshire Skateboarding Camp. Our guest has transformed the lives of kids of all ages by spending summers and now even the winters for the first time this season, running camps that elevate the skills and confidence of skateboarders of all ages and experiences, turning his love of skateboarding culture into something that can be an outlet for anybody to carve a path in life. I'm grateful and proud to welcome to the program my friend Ben Anthony.
What's up, Cody, man? How's it going, bro? Thank you for that intro, man. That was sick, bro.
Absolutely, dude. Thanks so much for making time tonight, man. I'm excited to get people to check out what you got going on.
Yeah, man, I'm hyped to be here. This is super exciting, and we kind of do the same thing. So I'm super excited to talk with you and chop it up, and just talk, see what's going on with you. And I haven't talked to you for a while, so it's good to it's good to be here, man.
Hell yeah. So to a lot of our viewers' surprise, maybe or maybe not, we obviously met many years ago when we were both a lot younger. I want to say that when we met, you were more active in like lacrosse and snowboarding and stuff like that, if I remember correctly. And it wasn't until a little later in life that you started finding your way with skateboarding. Do you remember what your
Yeah.
relationship to skateboarding was before you dived in as deep as you are now?
Yeah, that's totally. So I snowboard pretty heavily. I've been snowboarding as a kid. My mom was a big skier, and she water skied, and so as a kid, she had me on the harness snowboarding really young. So it was pretty natural for me to transfer over to skating and stuff. But no lacrosse, no lacrosse. That was soccer. I was a soccer kid.
Soccer.
Yeah, 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 and it was cool. We played at Daniel Webster for a while, so that was fun, and that's when I kind of got sucked into the Nashua scene and everything. And that's when I really fell in love with Nashua, was going to college there in Daniel Webster, and just being around that environment. Because I'm from a small town, as you know, so Greenfield's got very, very, one store, no gas stations, that type of stuff. So being in Nashua as a kid, that was like a city to me. That was like, oh man.
Yeah.
So it still is. It's still great, growing really, really good. So, but just being on a snowboard, it was really easy for me to transfer over to the skate world. And working at Vans, that really, really helped me. So I was
Right.
manager at Vans for a long time, and just being in that atmosphere, it kind of adopted me. I was working there for a long time, and everyone was skating, and we're in the back, and I can always remember my friend Chris Schofield. He would do kickflips while we're getting shoes for people, and I was just so amazed by it because we were in a tight surface, like getting shoes, and he just kickflip right there, like super high. So I was like,
That's
"All right, Chris, we got to skate. You got to teach me." And so he taught me a lot, just like here and there, skating after work and stuff in the parking lot, all that fun stuff.
Dude, I love that. It's funny
Yeah.
because when I worked at the mall, that was like all I did was skate in the back hallways and shit too.
Bro, ripping those hallways, and we'd
Dude,
set the trash cans up, so we'd have to ollie the trash cans. So we'd set like a course up, so it was wild back there.
dude, it was like made for skateboarding, you know? Uh,
Yeah, I mean power slide the corners. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
dude, we used to bring one of those little CCS rails back there, and just fucking crank out board slides down the hall and shit. Like somebody would just run it out the
Yep.
back door.
Yeah, and the
Oh,
security guards are all chill. You know what I'm saying? They're cool because you're not like
they
you work
don't get
there.
mad, they don't care.
Yeah, it's always the kids that don't work there, but we see them every day, so they're always looking cool with me skating. They'd let me skate through the malls and shit, which is really cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Dude, so how did the New Hampshire skateboarding camp come about? Was this your idea or did somebody like propose this to you and kind of like alley-oop it to you? How did this all kind of come to be? I was pretty amazed when this all came about and you've just continued to kind of like grow it and blow it up now.
Dude, I appreciate the awareness. That's super cool of you because I know you're a big community guy. So that's cool that you're like even acknowledging this at all. Because this is kind of it's super random. I was never planning on doing this. You know what I mean? So my buddy Nolan, he's a good friend of mine, one of my best buddies, Nolan Monroe, pro skater. He won the X Games. Just one of those guys, just going crazy, just never stopped. Super good, knows everything about it. So he proposed it to me while we're working at Vans together. And I was like, dude, let's go. Like, you're already teaching me how to skate a camp. I'll be in the camp. I'll learn more. I was like, this is a no brainer. I was like,
Yeah.
let's do it. So he did the real legwork in the beginning. He proposed it to the town and I was right there with him helping, but it was solely like kind of his idea and his baby. And I was super just supportive of it. And I was like, let's go, man. Cause he was the X Games guy, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I gotta just learn from this dude. Like he knows what's up.
Yeah,
So
that's huge.
he's a huge community guy too. So he helped everybody, and he even taught me how to coach the kids because of his training that he has. So he has professional training and coaching. So he really like taught me like, yo, Ben, this is the right way to kind of get these kids off the ground safely without, you know, giving them anxiety. And, you know, you got to work with the parents too. And you really got to start at the ground and kind of baby them, because you want to build that confidence before you get them on the board. And he really, really drove that into me for the first few years. And I didn't understand it. I was like, yo, let's drop in right now. Let's go. And he was like, no, take it back. We got to get these kids like real comfortable, just rolling around. So I learned a lot in the past few years on just my approaches and my routines. Just taking all the info I can and just kind of every year, just kind of growing off of it.
Well, it's huge because those are like life skills that you can translate to so many other facets of life too. You know, it's cool to take something you love and figure out how to transition that.
Yeah, bro, that's like the most important part is just like telling the kids they can do it, and you know what I'm saying, just driving that into them and starting small, bro, just at the bottom of the ladder and just climbing it, because you know, it's a scary sport, you know, it's like you can get really hurt, so it's really about just supporting them, hyping them up. Being their hype man is like kind of one of the biggest things too, is just encouraging. So, and that's why I like doing it, because I like when people do it for me. I know the feeling. So I'm still pretty new at skating, so I can relate pretty well with these kids, and just like that drive that it takes.
Yeah, so much of it is about like building community, because you need that safe space to try shit and fuck up and like be okay and have people
Yep.
show you the right way of doing shit. You know, it's like skateboarding was such a tough place for such a long time, where it was like there were kids who were incredible and then there were kids who sucked, and it felt like there was no in between when you were one of the kids that sucked, you know. So to have the
Yeah.
kids that are like great at it, take the time to show you how to get there is just like, I think that's definitely like a new level of like building that community up.
Well, dude, I just want more people to skate with. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that's kind of
Exactly.
like I like skating by myself's cool, but I don't know. I like kind of building that party environment and kind of everyone at the camp. It's such like a magical place because everybody is hyping everybody up. So you're just looking around and there's not like a negative kind of manner anywhere. And if it is, everybody squashes it super quickly. So that's kind of the biggest takeaway that I've gotten from all of this, is kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like everyone's hyped, everyone's happy, everyone's having a good time. That's the goal. You know what I mean? So, and I always check in with people. If you're not having fun, we'll switch it up. Like that's kind of how it is. Um, and I give a lot of props to my buddy JJ, my partner. So he's kind of a younger kid. He's only like 21, but he brings this energy, this vibe, this whole different euphoria of skating that I can't bring myself, because So I give a lot of props to him for bringing that good energy to that park. So definitely shout out JJ if you're out there watching, bro. Like appreciate
Yeah,
you,
we were
killing
hoping.
it.
Oh, hold on, JJ's
Yep.
definitely in here. He just threw us a comment. Much love.
Word. Yep, absolutely, bro. You already know he's out west doing his thing right now.
Oh, hell
He's traveling. He's working at a mountain. I can't remember the mountain's name because I suck at that. But he's gonna go hopefully teach some kids, work on a mountain, build some jumps. You know,
yeah. Oh, hell
go out
yeah.
west with his girl. So I'm really proud of him for doing what he's doing.
I
It's really
love
cool.
that. Our boy
Yep.
Ryan commented too. He said positivity and motivation, such a great vibe. As you can tell with the longboard ninja master, he's all about the skateboard community. As I
Yep.
knock my lights over here.
So like
Oh,
it goes just so like it's not just skating. So we invite everybody. It's not even just like you can scooter, that's cool, whatever. Like as long as you're out there, that shit's gonna help you balance. Like it's not just about like, yo, you gotta skate, you know what I mean? Like that's like not it at all. Even if you want to come and just watch and talk with us and learn, and you don't even have to skate, you can literally just stand there and like
yeah,
we'll interact with you and chill, and like it's such a different vibe than it was like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? Like it's
yeah,
just like so it's really cool. And Nashville, thank God, built that park. I'm so hyped. They built that super sick park right in the middle of everything. It's not secluded. It's like so it's all working out. You know what I mean? And we're pushing for an indoor camp. We're gonna get an indoor facility. We're gonna hopefully get that going. I got gear, ramps, all the stuff is ready. So we're just looking for the right landlord. And you know how it takes a minute for that kind of stuff. So
yeah. Dude, that would be so huge though. You know what I mean? To be able to skate year round and like have a place
Yep.
where you go after work or after school or whatever and just like just fucking shred.
So Brews Boutique, I don't know if you're familiar with their skate shop
No,
in Amherst.
I found because of you, I started looking
Yep.
into them.
So they're going to be hosting a adult open night skate night in Amherst on the winters. So like that's pretty cool if you're out there and you want to skate. That's really cool. It's going to be every Sunday night, or I think midweek Wednesday, like after 7. But you just gotta sign up online and you can skate during the winter. And she's offering her ramp, which is really cool because it's the only ramp in Nashua, like
Right?
within like an hour and a half, just about
Yeah,
that I can think of. So
that's wild.
yeah,
Man.
super thankful for her. She's been one of my biggest advocates and supporters. So she's literally like just throwing ideas at me, and I haven't proposed. I feel one idea. She's just feel like, do you want to do this? Do you want to use my ramp? So shout out to her as well, because you're making the whole winter thing happen. So thank you, Brews Boutique.
Yeah, big
Appreciate
shout
y'all.
out to them. Appreciate them. That's dope. I'm
Think
excited.
Allie's watching.
Yeah, big shout. We got a bunch of people in here. Big shout out to my man Byron. Big shout out to JJ. Big shout out to Ryan. We got a handful of other people coming through on YouTube. So big shout out to everybody that's watching on YouTube. Real quick, please
Let's
like,
go.
comment, subscribe to our channel. Hellhound Publishing's a Nashua-based record label, so we appreciate your support.
Yep, appreciate it.
One of the things I wanted to ask you, which you kind of got into, but just for like the timeline's sake, how long was it from when you like dove into skating till the time that you wanted to get involved with the skate camp? Like, how much time was it between that?
So I had like maybe a year of skating. It was fresh. So that's why I was so hyped on it, because I was like, bro, you want to teach kids how to skate, teach me, and I'll just support you along the way, and I'll just, you know what I'm saying, I'll be your right hand man. And then he got his degree in business, so he graduated school, and then he got a job, and he was working 9 to 5, and he was like, bro, I can't do camp. Like, is there any way that you can do it to keep the kids going? And at the time I was working at Vans, and COVID kind of hit, and I was like, yo, I don't want to work at Vans anymore. So I took a step back and I kind of went full board on the camp, and I was like, I think I want to commit to this. So it was a great transition. I feel like, and Nolan still helps out. He comes to camp and he does his thing. He just, you know what I'm saying? He still does his thing. But it was just never would have planned it. You know what I'm saying? Like 7 years ago, I was riding street bikes. I was playing soccer, chilling. Like, I don't know. So it's cool how it kind of organically came up. And I'm here for it, man. I'm here. You know what I mean?
What's the age range of people that typically come to the camp?
So the first like 5 years, we only did kids. We only did 7 to 13. We kind of just were feeling it out, but now we're kind of opening it up to everybody. Pretty much, it's like, bring yourself or your kid or whatever, and I'll work with him, and then I'll kind of gauge if he's got like potential. If he's too young and he like really doesn't have it, I'll be like, no, he doesn't got it. But honestly, I haven't had that case yet. And I teach adults. I just taught like 3 adults a couple of weeks ago. They're awesome. They learned really, really well. They're dropping in, and they're roller skaters, and they just picked it up like this. And I was like, wow, this is sick. I need to teach more roller skaters, because you guys got it wicked easy.
Right? Yeah, they got the balance mechanics and shit already. Yeah.
So pretty much all ages now. You know what I'm saying? I can get you on a board. I got a regimen. So we start small, bro. I teach you how to stand on it. I take your hands, and I'm like, yo, get used to this. Get used to moving around, and there's a fence there, so you got security, and I got pads and helmets. So I'm like, bro, I teach people how to fall. I teach them how to jump off first. We never go down the hill first. It's always like, this is how we bail first, pretty much. Like, this is how we're gonna, in case we're gonna die, this is how you're gonna get out of the situation, and you're gonna be fine. Like, in all, so once you teach them that, it builds that confidence. So when they go down that hill, they're like, oh no, not for me. They know what to do instead of just crashing. They're kind of more aware. And again, that's what Nolan told me. You know what I'm saying? That kind of goes from like kind of the beginnings, and he was like, make sure they know how to bail, bro, before you get them
Yeah.
going.
Gotta
So
learn how to fall before you learn how to jump.
so it's important. But now that we got that regimen packed down, I think we can really start pushing all ages here.
Dude, I think that's rad. Um, what are some of the do you have, and if so, what are like the long-term goals for New Hampshire skateboarding camp now that it's kind of been like the baton has been passed to you to kind of set the future up, it seems, so what are your like goals for it?
Um, I'm gonna take my time. That's kind of my biggest thing. Is I'm in no rush to kind of push anything that's gonna kind of push me back. So I'm really gonna take my time and calculate my next steps. Obviously, I want to have a huge facility. I want kids to be skating mini ramps. I want to open like a new ride. Like that's the dream goal. I want to, But we're gonna start small. If I can just get like a garage with a mini ramp in there, rent it out, like I'm doing right now. So gradually, and it's all in the right landlord. We gotta like maybe I'll build my own spot. So we're kind of still thinking what's best for longevity. Maybe just build a barn and throw a skate park in there and do it at my house here. You know what I mean? And kind of
Yeah.
like so there's a lot of stuff we're thinking about and what to invest in and what not to. But ultimately, we want to have people skating all year round. We're going to offer lessons. We want to offer free skate. We want to offer, like open houses. That's what we want because it's not here. So, and we want to like offer it to like a stage so people can, it's not just a skate spot. It's like a balance facility where people can come and host or just, we want to like kind of hit more angles than skating, kind of more of a balance and skating facility, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
climbing, balance beams. We want to do like workout ball, like ankle strengths. So all that stuff kind of incorporates it. But I got a bunch of really good friends that have the same passion as me, and they have the same goals. So we're kind of all stewing in this, waiting for the right timing to kind of to blow up and link together here. So
Oh, I love that. All right. So I have two questions that are more, I guess, geared around skateboarding culture in general that I'm just interested to get your feedback on. It looks like we lost you here though, so I'm gonna give you a second. It looks like, oh, hold on. I think we had some technical difficulties, so might need to give Ben a sec to jump back in. All right, I see him popping in. In the meantime, though, thank you guys so much for tuning into the show. I see Ben back here. I think he's ready. Let's yo. Up, no volume. Let's see if probably on an iPhone. This live stream shit hates the phones, so that's very possibly what's going on. But thank you to everybody that's tuned in tonight so far. We still got an awesome show lined up here. Let's see if Ben, I'm gonna bring you out and then bring you back in real quick and see if that helps. One sec. Yo. Hmm. You might have to check your audio settings. Let me here, I'll give you a second real quick. Um Hold on. Yo, yeah. Nope. I think you might have to. There's like a select option. If you hit the little three dots next to your face. Thank you guys for sticking with us while we figure this out. Of course, it was my
Can you
two
hear me?
spikes. Yeah, there we go. Hell yeah. Knew we'd figure it.
Yeah, I had to go through the settings and do some weird stuff, but I'm here. We made it. We found it. The journey was made.
Right. Our boy Ryan
Thanks
says
for
tech
sticking with me.
the best part of the show sometimes.
Yeah, I had these backups ready because I knew something was gonna get haywire with these. I knew it was gonna get fishy.
Dude, that's
But
so good. Talk about being prepared as hell. All right. So the
all right, so where were we?
so I wanted to ask you, do you think that we're gonna see like academic based or like collegiate skateboarding programs similar to what we've seen in the Olympics?
Dude, I'm so glad you asked that. That's a great question. Yeah, so I'm going to be pushing that into the school systems. I have a bunch of parents and I have some teachers and friends of mine and a bunch of people in the school board committees, and I've just been kind of like taking notes and talking to a bunch of people, and everyone's telling me let's propose an idea. So we're collecting our thoughts and we're gonna all come together. And I have like this whole presentation I'm gonna propose. I forget which school district because it's a small town, but it's right outside Nashua, so it's like right next to Pepperell. It's not Hollis or anything. I forget the name of it. Um, but we're going to be pushing it and presenting it, which is going to be cool because I have mini ramps and I have a trailer. So we're going to push it for next spring, and we're going to push it for fall and spring activity for indoor and gym, and because they're already doing it out west in Colorado. So I
Oh
have them
shit.
as a great example. Yeah. And it's
So
working
kids,
really well. They have great feedback.
are you getting like high school credit or college credit for participating in this? Is that kind of the plan, or is that what's happening out west?
Yep, that's gonna be your plan. It's gonna be like a gym credit kind of thing. So we're gonna bring it into the middle schools, and then if it works in the middle school, then the high school, obviously. But we're gonna start in fifth grade, and dude, if I could bring that here because they're doing it out west, they got great reviews, and we have such a solid team here that it would be a no-brainer, and the
Right.
kids would like it. You know what I mean? We could leave ramps. The ramps are cheap costs, so you can leave them at the school, put them on wheels. You can cone a section for the kids that want to skate in like a small corner. Everyone wants to play basketball, like
Real,
whatever. It doesn't take a lot of space.
for real.
um, and I would totally come and help teach gym teachers how to teach kids on a real easy basis how to, you know what I mean? I would literally go to every school and teach gym teachers how to easily teach kids how to skate. It's a playbook, and you know what I mean? And gym teachers are usually athletic people, so they get it. So you know what I mean? Or they're the opposite.
Yeah.
But
They either get it or they don't give a fuck about it.
yeah, but that would be super cool. You know what I mean? So that's the goal. And I have a mom that's on the school board, and she's kind of doing all the works and all the school board stuff for me. So she's just gonna let me know when I'm ready for the presentation. And so thankful for her pushing through because I'm bad with all that stuff. I don't really, you know what I
Dude,
mean?
it's so tough, dude. I feel you. Trust me.
So yeah, big things are in the work. I actually forgot about that. So thank you for asking. That's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just, it's like it's funny because growing up, the only like skateboarding camp I could ever think of was like Woodward, and most of us didn't have the ability to go to Woodward, and so it
Right.
was just kind of like a pipe dream. And then seeing your thing that you were doing is kind of like, all right, well, now you're getting kids of all ages into like a legitimate program where they're like learning a sport and like being part of a team and like doing all the things that they want you to do in academic sports. And so it's like, it just seemed, and now with the Olympics and shit, it just seems like the logical next level is like, all right,
Mm-hmm.
how do we get sports in the schools that people actually like, that more people want to participate in, and
Yeah.
that don't revolve so heavily around just like football, wrestling, lacrosse, like baseball, just like the same shit that people have had year in, year out. Like, obviously, I'm glad that those things have the support systems they do. But I think about like with the way kids are now, it's like, dude, imagine how different school would have been if you took like skateboarding or jujitsu or music production or, you know, like BMX or whatever, just something that,
Dude,
that was like
right.
of value to you.
Right, dude. Oh my God. Yeah. So it's funny you say that because like most of my students that play other sports are so if they play a team sport, they're either the goalie or they're like something that's, they're like something that is not team related or they're a wrestler. I get a lot of
Yeah.
wrestle students. I get a lot of like jujitsu, karate. So it stems all together with like that. Like some kids are like really introverted and they can't express themselves in a group settings, and it's very apparent to me. And
Yeah.
even when I'm one on one with them, it's hard for them to kind of break that seal and let them be themselves. So it takes a few lessons for them to really get to that point. But some other kids are like this and they go immediately. So and they're the ones that are great at team sports and mingling and socially, awesome. And I get most of my students are not like they're just kind of introverted. And
Yeah.
that's like me and I can relate. And there's no real outlet for that at the high schools at this point, except for like you said. So it's a great point, man. And I gotta remember that too, because it's just such a great point and it's just not offered at the high schools. And if I took a music lesson or something when I was in school, or you know what I mean, I wish it was offered way more, because
Um,
I love music now, and I wish I, had an outlet to where I could express myself at a young
yeah.
age with it.
They didn't, it wasn't presented in a way that was like accessible or exciting, you know? It was
Flute. It
presented
was
in a
flute.
way of, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That was my option.
Like, learn how to play the recorder.
Yeah. And so, I mean, you get good enough where you know your five songs, and then you're like, I'm done. Like, what are we doing?
Right.
So yeah, I hear that. So that's kind of why I played soccer, because that was kind of the only real thing I had offered to me. And I mean, it was like one of the three things I feel that I had offered. And that's why I'm trying to get the age gap out of there. So if you got a kid that's walking, and the parent thinks they're good for skating, the parent knows. So if they're not bringing them to a skate camp, so I usually trust the parents on that stuff. So
Yeah.
if the parents trust in the kid to skate, I'll teach them. That's kind of where it's at.
I like that. So my other question, and maybe this is a provocative one, especially since you worked at Vans at a mall. But
Nice.
so my question was like, when I was most active in skateboarding, it felt like it was during an imperative moment in the culture where like the independent skate shops, the kind of like the core shops were battling for sustainability against the bigger mall shopping stores like Zoomies and PacSun and that kind of shit.
Yep.
In the middle of that, it was your only other option was the CCS catalog. If you got, you know what I mean? If you got it in the mail and your
Yeah.
parents were down to help you like order some shit, and most people's parents weren't. And so
Yeah.
now not only do you have the mall skate shops and your core shops still trying to survive, but now with internet shopping, some brands offer direct to consumer. And so they cut out the retail part entirely. Um,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so with
Yep.
all of that, I wanted to ask, how do you feel the consumer landscape is for skateboarding right now? Do you think it's in a safe place? Is it in a concerning place? Do you think that the marketplace is like evolving? How do you feel about things, yeah, even in just a few short years? Like, how is that marketplace for you as like a consumer and an educator?
Dude, another wicked great question. Geez, I never even thought about that, but now that's that's opening it all up. So when I first started skating, everything was still kind of mellowed out. It wasn't as flared up as it is now, if that makes sense. Um, and I feel like I started a few months right before everything started really like getting televised, and well, that's how I felt. I mean, that's perspective wise.
Yeah,
But so everything was kind of price wise. So I worked at Vans for a long time. I did a lot of sales there. That was kind of like my thing, and I loved it because I love with the customers. And I saw a drastic change in the market over like 4 year span from 2018 to 21. It just skyrocketed from shoes, boards, wheels. Everything was like $20 more. And
Yeah.
in my opinion, so it's sick for the skate world because the buzz is there and everyone wants to skate and everyone's
Oh, we lost you. Oh,
we there?
yep.
All right, cool. Yeah, my bad. So yeah, the buzz is there. So which is really, really cool. But it just kind of sorry, I kind of lost train of thought. um where was I going with that? The market is good. Oh yeah, okay. So the transition, so it was really tough to kind of see where like it would bring. Damn, I had a whole thing, now I forgot. My dad just FaceTimed me. I totally just lost that train of thought. Uh, that's my bad. That's my bad.
What up, pops?
Yeah, he got me all hyped. I love when he calls me. He's my dude. Um, but it's just where was I going with that? I had a whole thing too. But anyways, yeah, I just sold that, and that's kind of why I faded back from it because I feel like they're taking advantage of the skate a little bit, and everyone's kind of it's now kind of ruining the market a little bit for the real
Yeah.
skaters that really need their stuff and to push like their because I skate 5 6 boards a year, so spending $100 on a board is gnarly for me now.
Yeah, that's brutal. I can remember getting decks for like 45, $35 back in the day.
Yeah, so that's why I like. Oh, and the whole brand thing. So I worked at Vans for a minute, and I would tell people like about the online stuff, about EB. I'd tell, but yo, go to your local shops, but like here's what's offering, and I would always enlighten people, but I'd still push my product, but I'd give people the option. So that
Yeah.
was kind of like my favorite thing about selling was I would never push like, yo, you got to buy Vans. I would be like, this is what I rock and check all these spots out and then make your best call. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, cause I just like hyping people up and then they'd be hyped on it. You know what I'm saying? They'd be like, all right, cool. Thanks for the info. I'll be back if I want Vans. And I'd be like, sweet. Like, see, like, so it would build kind of that trust. And that's kind of what I like. Cause then they'd go to EB and all that. But at my camp, bro, I push EB. That's our local shop, Eastern Border, if you don't know. But I push that shop. Everybody goes there. I'm like, yo, go to EB, go to EB. That's the spot.
Dude, 30 years and running.
Yeah, and they hook it up. We've been sending them there for 6 years now. But Vans, I was kind of biased working there because they took care of me. But now it's kind of faded.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
feel
But
that.
they did take care of me, so I had to kind of give back. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to, but I'd always give that option, like I said. But
Kevin made
you
a
got
cool point that was kind of similar to yours. He was like, it's good there's buzz, but the higher prices create a bigger barrier to entry for those with less funds. So that I feel like that goes
right.
to what you were saying, where it's like if you're trying to get younger people into skateboarding, you can't inflate the prices on them and expect them to participate, you know?
Dude, yeah, and you don't know if the kid is gonna like it or not, and how they're gonna
Exactly.
really react. So you're spending $250 on a setup, and then kid hates it.
Yeah.
You're
If
like,
for a
what do you,
week.
you know? So that's another thing I do at my camp is I loan out skateboards. So if I'm at the skate park, I'll bring like 10. I have like all these boards that have been donated. Like thankfully, like I've just been collecting gear, and people have been donating. Bruce Boutique donated a bunch. Nashua Town donated a bunch. So if I see a kid on a scooter, I'll go up to the parent and I'll be like, yo, take this home and like play with it. Here's my number. Loan it out for free. Like whatever. If you keep it, you keep it, whatever. Like, so I'm always looking for that like slight potential because if they're on a scooter, like they want to be out there. So
Hell yeah, dude. I love
so
that.
so I'm always trying to loan boards out, and if they like it, they keep it, whatever. Like now that I got a bunch, I'm in that opportunity where I can. So like
Right?
whatever, let's do
How
it.
cool is that? If there's any parents in here tonight, if you want to get your kid involved in New Hampshire skateboarding camp, if you got like some financial hurdles preventing you from getting your kid a skateboard, talk to Ben, and if that's something that you and your kid are interested in, he might be able to already hook you up with a board, or he can get you the pieces that you need to to get it going. You know, the most important thing is to just get on the wheels and get going.
Yep, I can get you a board, and I also offer free lessons for the first 2 or 3 lessons. So they're free, and it's literally just to see how your kid reacts.
Damn,
So
that's
if he likes it, he likes it. You know what I mean? But if he doesn't like it, then that's his option. But I it's just it's on the kid, and if he really responds to it, it's never a push. So that's why the lessons are free. And I'm just trying to like get people interested organically. Like if you like it, then you like it. Let's do it. Like, okay, if you want to get better, then I'll teach you. You know what I mean? Like if you want to get yourself like skilled, then I'll teach you. But for the first, like I'll teach you how to roll for free. That's easy. You know what I mean? If you want, you know.
I
So
love that. That's so dope. Big shout out to Joseph Aggs real quick. He said, "Yo, moved to Reno, Nevada, and still bumping Merrimack region hip hop. Appreciate that, bro. Shout out to Merrimack, New Hampshire, and shout out to the Merrimack Valley, New England hip hop holding it strong. Much love to Joseph." And our homie Kevin just popped in again. He said, "My nephew just turned 7 and has shown interest. Lives in Hollis. Just got to convince my sister." Well, dude, luckily now if you hit the link down here, follow at New Hampshire Skateboarding Camp on Instagram, and you can see pictures and videos, and you get all the information. And obviously, you can talk to Ben, and you know this is what he does, man. He gets the kids involved, he gets the parents comfortable with it. You know, so many of us that grew up in the 90s and the 2000s and shit realize like how important skateboarding was to our development, and if only we had safe spaces. I don't know what else to call it, but like a place like a fucking camp where you just got people that just care about you getting better, is like that's just so huge for so many different reasons.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, check the site out. We've had no injuries. Like we've had no like major injuries. Obviously people fall and bump and bruise, but no bones broken, no injuries. We never let kids do things we're not confident they're ready for alone. I should say. So
Yeah.
definitely check out the site. Check out our reviews. So we have a review page. We've had some great reviews, and I'm so thankful for them all. But yeah, just definitely check them out. Email me. You know what I'm saying? I can talk with your sister. Um, we can meet at the park all together. We can hang out, whatever you need. I'm definitely here for you. So that's cool. I hope that
Shout out to
7 is
Taylor.
perfect. Oh, yeah, that's my wife right there.
Oh, hell yeah. Sunday sessions at Bruce Boutique in Nashua starts November 17th through March. Check it out. Dude,
Yeah.
how much better than being able to skateboard year round? Like that is the dream. Not only to have coaching and have a progress plan of how to get where you want to get, but to just know that you have like a year round community of people to spend that time with. It used to get so sad when winter would come and all the homies would be like, what do we do now? Whose basement are we going to go in and watch skate videos and do kickflips on decks with no trucks?
That's it, dude. Literally, kickflips on the desks or the coffee tables, or
Yep. Saying, dude.
yeah.
Oh my
Oh
god,
man, but
dude. Anything that we didn't cover that you want to cover? Anything you want to promote? Anything you want the people to know? Anything I didn't ask you?
um, so yeah, I mean we've covered a lot. I mean that's pretty much all the basics of it. Pretty much if you have a kid, you want to skate. If I can't see how many people are in this chat, but if you're on here and you want to skate, even if you're an adult and you want to skate, just let me know. I'm here to help. Or if you want to skate together and just want to, learn, and if you're afraid to go to the skate park or have anxiety about it, like that's why I'm here also, because I live there and I know most of the people that go there. So we can go together, we can hang out. I'll introduce like I'm just here to chill and skate and bring people together. That's what makes me the happiest, is bringing people together and doing our passions together, and just being outside and doing what we love. That's the biggest thing. There's no hate, there's no fights at these parks. It's all love, and it's all good, which is rare to say at a skate park, because they can get kind of gnarly, but we got a really good spot, I think we're really lucky for what we got here. Even you can go alone and you'd be fine, but if you got that anxiety, I'll go with you. That's why I'm here. But definitely check it out. Go on like a midweek Tuesday, Wednesday noon. Check it out. It's chill.
Yeah, I love it. My brother Byron says I'm getting my daughters in there.
Bro, let's go. Yes, let's go. Definitely. I love when like siblings go together because one is always way better than the other. I don't know why, but it's usually that's how it is. And then the
Yeah,
other one then they'll help the little or the worst one, and then it turns into like this they just learned, but they're teaching how to skate
yeah.
situation, which is
They like push each other to get better too.
yeah, dude,
You
it's awesome. It's awesome. Yep.
Dude, I love that, man. Thank you so much for being on the show with us tonight. Byron's laughing because he knows, dude. His kids already be doing sports, so he already knows the challenges. Yo, real talk.
Yo, Byron,
Uh,
I'll give you. I got extra boards, bro. If you want me to just, I'll hook you up with some boards. We'll leave them in your living room. Have them stand on it. Wiggle around on the boards. I mean, and then just like give them back when you're ready or something, or you can keep them, buy them off me, whatever you want. Like, so
yeah,
let me know.
dude, absolutely. Byron and I both be keeping skateboards at the studio, talking about how we're gonna go skate again.
Yep, bro. I got my deck here. This is
Straight up.
this is the one.
Damn, look
It's
at
a
look at
little.
that throwback Eastern Border sticker on there, dude. I remember that design from like childhood, dude.
You see it? Yeah, the bomb.
Yeah, that's
That thing
crazy.
survived. Yeah, this is one of my favorite boards. I love this thing. But dude, thank you for having me. This has been a great opportunity, and I really appreciate you giving me, all the shout out and love and like this is what we do, and you're a community guy, and you know what it's like to bring people together. I feel like that's your thing too.
Yeah,
You
man.
you make so you make music, and I got to see one of your shows. You and Byron be killing it in Nashville. You guys are
Thank you,
super
man.
Nashville local guys, and you guys just are nonstop, and it gets better and better every year with you guys, and I'm just so happy. And I know you and my brother were real close making music, so I feel like every time I hear your music, I'm hearing my brother through you guys.
I
So
love
that
that, dude.
that hits home for me every time. So I
He
just
was
I just
he was
love hearing your
special.
music.
I
Yep.
love that, man. That means so much to me, dude. Like obviously everybody that we came up with at that time had such a profound impact on our lives, and it's dope that we can still be here to carry that torch. That's why it's like, you know, I think a lot of what you're doing and what we're trying to do is it's like this Jen just said this. Thanks, Ben, for helping the kids. Keep up the good work. That's
Oh,
exactly it,
yeah,
dude. Is like we gotta make the city what we wish it was when we were growing up. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
the more that we do to make this place what we wish we had, the more that we're like making a future for so many of the people that like when we were coming up didn't feel like they had a future, and so we can be part of like giving people that next chapter. So I thank you for making time to come on here and talk about this, because it's like I can tell people I love skateboarding to death and watch all my old skate videos and whatever, but it's like it takes people who are active and doing it and willing to give up their own time to make other people see how special it is. So, dude, seriously, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you. Everybody, make sure you guys go follow New Hampshire Skateboarding Camp on Instagram. Make sure you reach out to Ben on all his social media platforms, and he will get you involved in everything that's going on. And Ben, we will definitely talk to you again, man. Much love, brother. I'll talk to you soon in the real world as well.
Yeah, much love, bro. Appreciate you.
Peace, bro. So, man, thank you guys so much for tuning in. That is the first half of this show, believe it or not. I got another awesome interview lined up here. My man Kevin, oh, he said, I'm gonna bring this message to my best friend's older bro who works for Low Card in San Fran as a photographer filmer. Even had some photos in Thrasher. He's from Townsend, so he can spread it back there. Oh man, that is awesome! I can see Ben geeking in the back. I saw you geeking in the background, so I had to bring you back. Oh,
Yo, yeah, dude, that's
oh,
huge, man. That would be cool. Thank you, man.
oh,
I mean,
big shout!
Thrasher's huge. Yeah,
Yeah,
that would be
big shout out to
sick.
Kevin, man.
Shouts,
Oh,
Kev. Hit me up on Instagram, Kevin. Let's talk.
hell
Definitely.
yeah! Yo, Much love, Ben.
Later, brother. Much love.
Oh man. That was awesome, dude. You just definitely just made things that much more special. So like I was saying, I got a second interview lined up here that I'm also super excited about. So my second guest tonight has been a prolific figure in the concert photography scene, doing work within metal, within hip hop, within art, within business, all sorts of stuff. So I am super excited to bring her on here to talk about her journey through art and so many of the things that she's been pursuing. And she's jumping on camera. I got a couple things I want to absolutely, yes, local skate dads all the way. Thank you, my man, my brother Byron said, great interview. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Let me, I got to just turn up this mic here. So Angela's actually in the studio with us. She's been hanging out this whole time. This is my first time with an in-studio interview. So you guys are going to help me make this thing awesome. And I'm so excited to bring on my next guest. Without further ado, everybody please welcome Angela Rose Vartuli. What's
Hello,
going on,
everyone.
player? We're in the same room, but not making eye contact because our cameras are in different places. But dude, thank you so much for being here tonight. I super appreciate having you on here. If anybody has seen any of the recap photos from the Giant Steps show that we did, Angela did a lot of those. Byron says, "Let's go."
Hi, Byron.
And our homie Ryan says, "Hello, Angela." He loves a good in studio. Been a long time supporter of ours. Real quick, audience, somebody drop a comment. Let us know if you can hear Angela okay in her mic.
Thank you so much.
Sounds good. I'm just seeing if any comments pop up, but nobody's complaining. So, dude, thank you so much. Oh, Ryan said heard. Love it. I got a hand raise and a heard. Perfect.
I just want to say, Ben, now, like I wanna learn how to skate. So
Yes. Ben, you hear that? You got all sorts of people signing up for skate camp now. That's why we do what we do. Shout out to Ben's wife Taylor, still rocking with us tonight too, supporting the New Hampshire skate camp, supporting Ben. Cheers to you guys on a beautiful 1 year of marriage, by the way.
Congratulations.
Byron says it sounds great. And if Byron says it sounds great, then I know it sounds great because I entrust him with all of my sound in life, body, spirit, and soul. And he knows how technically deficient I am as a human being. So, damn, how'd you do that?
I don't know.
That was crazy.
Does it
Does
work?
mine do that?
Oh, oh snap.
Mine doesn't do. What the hell? I guess it knows I'm the Grinch, so that's why. Real quick, if you guys are still tuned in, thank you so much. Please make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Make sure you drop a comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure you like this. If you're on Facebook, share it. All that stuff helps us get the word out. Appreciate that. Byron's laughing because he knows it's real. Oh hell yeah. Ben and the wifey are both on the account. I love that. So I am super excited to have you here, Angela. I don't want to tell too much of your story, so I'll let you tell that. But like I was saying, I met Angela through the concert world and concert photography, and we share a really good friend in our friend Patrick Ellis and Morgan Ellis. And she came out and documented me and Byron's album release show a couple weeks back. And so after having a chance to see her work in that scope, as well as her portfolio of stuff afterwards, I was just really excited to get her story and figure out how she kind of got to this point that she's at today. So let me kind of start from the jump And when did you start taking photography, or when did you start taking photography as like a, I don't want to say full time, but as like your primary choice of activity? And how long from that point was it until you decided you wanted to kind of explore it professionally?
So I got my first camera when I was 13 years old. Um, my my best friend and I, that I'm still good friends with, um, we both love taking pictures, and so I finally got my first camera, and I originally wanted to go to school to be a pediatrician. So I went to uh, Sport and Medical Sciences Academy in Hartford, Connecticut. Um, but then I decided that I think I want to be an artist. Like I I want to take photos because I really love doing it, and um, I ended up uh, I mainly self-taught, but after high school, I ended up uh, going to community college, and uh, I try to pursue like a degree in commercial art photography. Um, I unfortunately had to drop out, um, but I would love to go back for like business.
Yeah.
Um, so after college, I ended up moving back home to Connecticut, and that's when I uh, that's when I got involved with the music scene, and I think it was about 10 years ago when I met Patrick Ellis. He was doing sound for Bacon Fest at Cherry Street Station in Wallingford, and I was photographing that show, and I guess the rest is history. But I ended up in Massachusetts um, because 5 years ago, uh, he was doing sound for another show that I ended up showing up at, and his childhood best friend was helping him with sound, and his childhood best friend is my boyfriend now. But
Damn, that's a small world. Holy crap! I don't even think I can put all those pieces together. Oh, I love that.
So I ended up moving to Massachusetts, and uh, so Patrick also does banking, um, and he was hiring. So I wanted to get out of my old field of work. So I used to work at Whole Foods Market, and he's like, "Oh, you want to work at the bank?" So um, that's how I got into banking. So during the day I'm a banker, but at night I'm a photographer.
Mhm. It seems like a pretty good safety net to have. Um, my so like I mentioned, my familiarity with your work came from the concert photography first, and I know that you had mentioned the Connecticut metal scene as being like a big part of that. Was there anything before doing live music that was really like the subject of your interest to photograph, or was it always live music like right out the gate?
I started off with uh, nature photography,
Oh, okay.
um, taking photos of landscapes, macro shots, um, and then I also always had a thing for um, creative shoots. Like I like a lot of surrealism, um, but then I really enjoyed um, doing live concerts, doing events. I like to tell a story when I'm photographing, so
Yeah.
um, I think now, like, I really enjoy like documenting like events and yeah. Sorry.
No, I love that. So it's kind of safe to assume that bands were kind of the catalyst for event photography and event documenting in whole.
Yeah.
What were some of the first bands that you worked with, and how did those like situations come to be? Like, did you get like hired by a band to capture a show, or did you like do promo photos for a band, or did you just like show up and start shooting? What were some of those early bands that you kind of felt that you like got your start with, and how did that all kind of come into fruition, if you will?
So a lot of I worked with like well, I ended up showing up at a show where promoter, he loved my photography, and after that he just kept inviting me to more shows, and like I met a lot of bands like Our Own Destruction, Physics of Demise. There's so many, but it was mainly metal. But I'm sorry. um, this show that I shot for you guys, that was my first hip hop show.
Damn.
So
I feel honored.
And I want to come to more.
You hear that, guys? Now you guys got to come out to the next one too. I love that.
Yes, please, so I can meet you.
Exactly. See, you come out to the next show, Angela will take your picture, and you'll make a new friend. So obviously, it's always been your goal to expand your portfolio and to keep bringing in other subjects and styles. When was the first time that you felt like you were like presented an opportunity to challenge yourself? Like, was there a project that came up creatively that was like really outside of your scope, and that made you be like, oh, I gotta figure out how to step out of my comfort zone?
So lately I've been working with the Socialite Business Club and the Lunenburg Business Association. So I've been volunteering my photography services. And there was one event that was my first golfing tournament, and I'd never done that before. So I was like, oh, I don't know where to stand. Like, am I going to get hit with the ball? Like, and there's also been like certain situations with lighting situations where I do have like an off-camera flash, but sometimes I had like a photo wall area, but the lighting wasn't like the greatest. But I had to like improvise, and there's been situations like that.
I know all about bad lighting.
And lighting is important.
Exactly. Lighting is important, and both of my guests have looked better than me tonight.
No.
Oh, Benjamin commented and said, Angela, we need to connect. I'd love to hire you as a photographer for my indoor sessions.
Awesome.
That would be so cool. Dude, yeah, getting some action sports photography would be so cool. And I think that would be a cool contrast. I mean, I'm biased, obviously, but like having done those photos for the show, you guys are going to see a lot of those soon. But like you'll see I can actually see Byron's default picture is a picture from the show. If you're friends with me on Facebook, my defaults are usually her pictures now. And so you're going to see a lot more of that stuff. But man, the Angela Ben photo skate collab. That's it's going to be some next level. I'm here for that.
I would love to. And something like I've never done before, so even better.
Right. So I know you feel like you're probably still in the early stages of all of your pursuits and everything that you're doing, but do you have any long-term goals in mind for your photography business, whether it's a business goal, a creative goal, whatever the case may be? Do you have any long-term goals already set?
Like I would love to someday become like a mentor in a way where I could teach like young adults or even children like how to shoot. But that's like one of my like long-term goals. But I guess I would really like to pursue photography full time. But it's hard,
Yeah.
you know, and like it's hard to um, it's hard to stand out when there's so many other photographers and so many other talented people out there. But um, I'm gonna just keep trying to do my own thing, like be inspired by other people, and keep telling stories through my photography.
Yeah. Good, you know, because you said something that, like, yeah, I hate to spit cliches, but when you were like, you know, it's really hard to be sustainable in photography, and it's like doing the record label thing and the music thing, I've come to realize that like nothing worth having is ever going to come easy. And so it's like I think you're genuinely on the right path if you're aware of the obstacles ahead and you still want to forge forward. You know, that's the biggest thing, is knowing that the road is not going to be easy, but having the courage to be like, I can figure out how to be sustainable doing this. Like I could do the thing I love, and that's my accountability, my job, my obligation to my family, whatever, you know. I love that. That's the kind of shit that gasses me up a lot, because I want all my artists and creative friends to figure out how to be sustainable and be proud of that and not have to go to punch the clock all the time. And that's why I mentioned that your brand logo could be here on this show if you want to sponsor our show and help us make the show look and sound a lot better and do a lot of cool stuff. But
Do it.
do it, yeah, exactly. But let me. I want. Hold on. Sorry, I want this to run the whole time we talk. There we go. So the next thing I wanted to ask you was being active in the photography landscape, meeting countless other photographers, I assume, through like the events, through the concerts, all that kind of stuff. Do you feel that there's been anything that's become detrimental to photography in general? And in contrast to that, is there anything that you feel photography community could use more of that's lacking right now? I'll let you kind of answer that in whatever row you want.
So I actually enjoy when there's other photographers present, just because um, you can't be everywhere at once. Um, I know sometimes other photographers, they get very like territorial. Not I'm just generally speaking,
Yeah.
but I actually feel more inspired when there's another photographer present. But as for um, something that we could like improve on, or uh, maybe not knocking into one another. I've been to plenty of concerts where we're like knocking into one another, being more like aware of space, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so awkward.
No, that's the thing is like you're out there in the field going through it, so that's why it's cool to figure that out.
Mhm.
It's cool that you said the thing about liking when there's multiple photographers around too. I think that that's really interesting because, you know, as you know, these photographers, they're like musicians in a way where it's like you could have four people take a picture of the same subject and it looks vastly different because all of them use different tools, have a different perspective, a different creative outlook. And so it's cool the way that you framed that. But I'm also laughing at just people like bumping into each other, like just thinking about like six photographers, like no, I need the corner knee down shot right here.
Like I love to collaborate with other people. So one of my I don't know if you've seen I collaborate I can't even talk collaborate a lot with my friend Jessica Shelsky. I think she lives in Connecticut and I live in Mass, but I love when we have like our projects that we will like create something but at two different like perspectives.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool. But I want to find more Central Mass photographers so I could do that with too. Like I have another photographer friend and she's in Brookline, but we used to shoot shows together. So, and we're going to be shooting a show soon too.
Ooh,
So-
nice.
So I'm excited about because we haven't done that in a while. But
What can you announce what show it is, or is this under wraps?
well, it's a celebration of life show, but it's going to be back down in Wallingford, Connecticut, and I'm excited about because I get to see people that I used to work with, and yeah.
That's dope. That sounds like a good time. I love that. Do you have any experience with like having your work in a physical sense, like prints or posters or canvas or anything like that? Have you done anything like that yet?
I have, but I definitely want to invest more in the printing part of it, having my own printers,
Yeah.
not printing through like a third party. But that's like another goal of mine too, to invest in that, and also eventually like going back to like goals too. I eventually want to open up my own studio.
I love that. That would be so cool, especially to tie in with the educational thing that you were talking about, having your own studio where clients can come get photo shoots done, but also a place where you can host like classes and do the educational part of it. I think is really cool too. I love that. Are there any like photo sets you have coming out soon, or any shows that people could expect to see you at soon, other than the one that you mentioned?
So November 30th, right? Is it the
Ooh,
is it the
holiday stroll. Hell yeah. Damn, that worked out. Hopefully you're all at the holiday stroll as well. Saturday, November 30th, downtown Nashua. Oh, I'm glad you're going to be there. It's going to be an awesome one. Hip Hop Santa's going to be there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. That's going to be fun. But man, I feel like I could ask you so many things. what is there anything that we haven't talked about yet that you would like to promote, or anything that you want people to check out? Any place that people can see your work right now?
Yeah. So I'm currently working on a website, but you can find me on Photography by Ann Rova on Instagram, or also on Facebook. Or you can also find some of my other work on Ann Rova on Instagram too.
Make sure you guys go and hit that like, that follow, all of that stuff. Man, well, I will also let you guys know that as we've mentioned, kind of, Angela documented our Giant Steps album release party a few weeks back, and we're currently working on the micro documentary of the album release, and all of that stuff. So you're going to see a ton of her photos in that documentary. You see all that stuff circulating out here soon. But yeah, Angela, thank you so much for making time to do this and kind of talking about your come up and your goals and stuff like that. Is there anything that you want to leave off with before we wrap up? Anything that you want to mention to the people?
Yeah. Like, if you have a passion for something, just go for it. You know, like, don't hesitate. Like, if you see something interesting, shoot it. Not literally, but shoot it
Shoot
with
it, not shoot it.
with a camera. But yeah, thank you for your time and listening to me, and thank you so much for letting me be a part of this. I really appreciate it.
No, thank you so much. And like see it scrolling down here. Make sure you guys on Facebook and Instagram, it's Photography by Ann Rova. You can see it there. Spell it right. There's gonna be all sorts of cool stuff coming out. Angela, thank you so much. I appreciate you doing this with me, being here in person. People probably looking and asking why you have my name over your head in this, because in case I ever forget my name, I just look over at the wall. I go, that's what it is. I'm on my way. Yeah, thank you so much. I seriously appreciate it.
Do the heart thing again.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm jealous that it did it again. Mine doesn't do that. Must have stupid hands. Nothing. Damn it. All right. Send us with one more heart before I. Man.
That's cool.
Right? That is cool. Oh, guys, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of CODY Central. Huge thank you to both of my guests, Ben Anthony and Angela Vartuli. Make sure you follow them both on all platforms at New Hampshire Skateboarding Camp, at NH Skateboarding Camp, and Photography by Ann Rova on both platforms. As always, myself and Byron G's new album, Giant Steps in Gate City, is available everywhere to listen to now. Today is actually the 1 month anniversary since its release. So please run it up, give it a listen through tonight, roll up a little joint or have a little sip of a drink while you're sitting on the couch and let it play, and then hit us up and let us know what you think about it. But it's across all platforms, anywhere that you listen to music. Please tell a friend. If you want to support the show, feel free to donate to any of the QR codes in the corner. All your donations go towards our studio costs and getting equipment and really nice lights like this desk lamp and this hat that I wear every week. So yeah, so those are good reasons to donate to our show. But in seriousness, thank you guys so much. Huge thank you to my guests. Make sure you check them out. Make sure you go listen to Giant Steps in Gate City. Last things coming up are me and Byron have a bunch of dates coming up. You can see Cody Pope and Byron G on Wednesday, November 20th in Manchester, New Hampshire at the Hop Knot for Bards on the Rocks. Catch us on Tuesday, November 26th in Nashua, New Hampshire at the Nashua Public Library for a free all ages seminar that we do called Inside the Music. This will be our third time doing it. It's in the NPL Theater downstairs. Check us dissecting music, showing you how we compose some of our songs. On Friday, November 29th, we're going to be in Laconia, New Hampshire at New Hampshire Vintage Vinyl. We're going to be doing an in-store performance at 5 o'clock for Record Store Day, Black Friday. And then that same evening at 10 o'clock, we're going to be in Westfield, Massachusetts at Hucky's on the Hook doing a 10 o'clock show. And the next day, Saturday, November 30th, catch us at our hometown show in Nashua, New Hampshire for the one and only 29th annual Downtown Holiday Stroll. We've been bestowed the honor of running the Gate City Hip Hop stage this year. It's going to be on West Pearl Street. All of downtown is going to be blocked off. There's going to be tens of thousands of people roaming around, food, family fun, all sorts of stuff. So check that out. If you have any interest in booking Cody Pope and Byron G for a show, for an interview, for a seminar, anything like that, all of that can be done at codyandbyron.com, CODYANDBYRON.com. And if you're interested in sponsoring the show or having an ad placement or anything like that, shoot an email to codycentralshow@gmail.com. And that is pretty much my show for tonight, guys. I appreciate you guys rocking with me so much. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, support Hellhound Publishing on YouTube. Please like, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Drop a comment. If you're on our YouTube channel, check out the library afterwards. We've got tons of videos on here. You got past podcast episodes. You got music releases, behind the scenes documentaries, lyric videos, tour and concert footage, and so much more. Check it out. Thank you guys for supporting everything that we're doing. Appreciate you guys supporting Cody Central. Huge thank you to my guests tonight, and we will see you next Monday at 8 p.m. And until then,